You may be wondering, what makes plants so scary? Well, let me tell you. I'm your host Youssef, and these are 10 scary plants you didn't know existed. Make sure you subscribe and ring that bell to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Anyways, here we go. Number 10, corpse flower. Amorphophallus titanum, the Titan arum, is a flowering plant in the family Araceae. It has the largest unbranched inflorescence in the world. The inflorescence of the talipot palm, Corypha umbricalifera, is larger, but it is branched rather than unbranched. A. titanum is endemic to rainforests on the Indonesian island of Sumatra. Due to its odor like that of a rotting corpse, the Titan arum is characterized as a carrion flower, and is also known as the corpse flower or corpse plant as translated from the original Indonesian word bunga bangkai. Bunga means flower, while bangkai can be translated as corpse, cadaver, or carrion. The Titan arum's berries arrange in a regular cylindrical form that resembles the packing of spheres inside a cylindrical confinement. Those structures are also called columnar structures or crystals. Number 9, Manchineel Tree. The Manchineel tree is a species of flowering plant in the spurge family. Its native range stretches from tropical southern North America to northern South America. The name Manchineel, as well as the specific epithet Manchinella, are from Spanish manzanilla, little apple, from the superficial resemblance of its fruit and leaves to those of an apple tree. It is also called beach apple. A present-day Spanish name is Manzanilla de la Muerte, or little apple of death. This refers to the fact that Manchineel is one of the most toxic trees in the world. The tree has milky white sap which contains numerous toxins and can cause blistering. The sap is present in every part of the tree: bark, leaves, and fruit. Number 8, Nerium Oleander. Nerium Oleander, most commonly known as oleander or nerium, is a shrub or small tree cultivated worldwide in temperate and subtropical areas as an ornamental and landscaping plant. It is the only species currently classified in the genus Nerium, belonging to subfamily Aposinoideae of the dogbane family Apocynaceae. It is so widely cultivated that no precise region of origin has been identified, though it is usually associated with the Mediterranean basin. Nerium grows to 2 to 6 meters or 7 to 20 feet tall. It is most commonly grown in its natural shrub form, but can be trained into a small tree with a single trunk. It is tolerant to both drought and inundation, but not to prolonged frost. White, pink, or red 5-lobed flowers grow in clusters year-round, peaking during the summer. The fruit is a long, narrow pair of follicles, which split open at maturity to release numerous downy seeds. Nerium contains several toxic compounds, and it is historically been considered a poisonous plant. However, its bitterness renders it unpalatable to humans and most animals, so poisoning cases are rare and the general risk for human mortality is low. Number 7, Gympie-Gympie. Gympie-Gympie is notorious for its extremely painful sting, which may leave victims suffering for weeks or even months. It is reputed to be the most venomous plant in Australia, if not the world. After contact with the plant, the victim will feel an immediate severe burning and stinging at the site of contact, which then intensifies further over the next 20 to 30 minutes and will last from hours to several days before subsiding. During this time, the victim may get little sleep because of the intensity of the pain. In severe cases, it may cause urticaria, and the lymph glands under the arms may swell and become painful, and there have been rare cases of hospitalization. Number 6, Strangler Fig. The Strangler Fig grows in very odd ways. This growth habit is an adaptation for growing in dark forests where the competition for light is intense. Strangler Figs suck up the nutrients from its victims, causing them to die eventually. These plants are hemiphytes, spending the first part of their life without rooting into the ground. Their seeds, often bird dispersed, germinate in crevices atop other trees. These seedlings grow their roots downward and envelop the host tree while also growing upward to reach into the sunlight zone above the canopy. An original support tree can sometimes die, so that the Strangler Fig becomes a columnar tree with a hollow central core. However, it is also believed that the Strangler Fig can help its support tree survive storms. Strangler trees are able to colonize the challenging habitat found on the sides of buildings in urban areas. Strangler figs in the tropics are pre-adapted to adopt an aerophytic as well as acrobatic urban life by clinging onto building envelopes. Basically, it's the tree equivalent of a vampire. Number 5. The Venus Flytrap. The Venus Flytrap is a carnivorous plant native to subtropical wetlands on the east coast of the United States in North Carolina and South Carolina. It catches its prey, chiefly insects and arachnids, with a trapping structure formed by the terminal portion of each of the plant's leaves, which is triggered by tiny hairs, called trigger hairs or sensitive hairs, on their inner surfaces. When an insect or spider crawling along the leaves contacts a hair, the trap prepares to close, snapping shut only if another contact occurs within approximately 20 seconds of the first strike. Triggers may occur with a tenth of a second of contact. The requirement of a redundant triggering in this mechanism serves as a safeguard against wasting energy by trapping objects with no nutritional value. And the plant will only begin digestion after 5 more stimuli to ensure it has caught a live bug worthy of consumption. These hairs also possess a heat sensor, making the plant more resilient to forest fires. Number 4. Pitcher plants. The rim of the pitcher plant is slippery when moistened by condensation or nectar, causing insects to fall into the trap. The walls of the pitfall may be covered with waxy scales, protruding aldehyde crystals, cuticular folds, downward pointing hairs, or guard cell originating lunate cells to help prevent escape. The small bodies of liquid contained within the pitcher traps are called phytotelmata. They drown the insect whose body is gradually dissolved. This may occur by bacterial action or by digestive enzymes secreted by the plant itself. Pitcher trap fluids largely vary in their viscoelasticity and acidity, which then dictates which type of prey they can target. For example, increased viscoelasticity is associated with increased insect retention to help capture flying insects such as flies, whereas increased fluid acidity can decrease insect killing time, which can help capture crawling insects such as ants. Some pitcher plants contain mutualistic insect larvae which feed on trapped prey and whose excreta the plant absorbs. Number 3. Rafflesia. The flowers look and smell like rotting flesh. The foul odor attracts insects such as carrion flies, which transport pollen from male to female flowers. Most species are dioecious, having separate male and female flowers, but a few have hermaphroditic flowers. Little is known about seed dispersal. Tree shrews and other forest mammals eat the fruits. The extremely tiny seeds have extremely tiny eliosomes and are thus most likely dispersed by ants. The seeds are packed into berries, each of which contains hundreds of thousands of seeds. Number 2. Drosera. Drosera, which is commonly known as the sundews, is one of the largest genera of carnivorous plants, with at least 194 species. These members of the family Droseraceae lure, capture, and digest insects using stalked mucilaginous glands covering their leaf surfaces. The insects are used to supplement the poor mineral nutrition of the soil in which the plants grow. Various species, which vary greatly in size and form, are native to every continent except Antarctica. Charles Darwin performed much of the early research into Drosera, engaging in a long series of experiments with Drosera rotundifolia, which were the first to confirm carnivory in plants. In an 1860 letter, Darwin wrote, "At the present moment I care more about Drosera than the origin of all the species in the world." Number 1. Atropa Belladonna. Atropa Belladonna, commonly known as belladonna or deadly nightshade, is a toxic perennial herbaceous plant in the nightshade family Solanaceae, which also includes tomatoes, potatoes, and eggplant. It is native to Europe and Western Asia, including Turkey. Its distribution extends from Ireland in the west to western Ukraine and the Iranian province of Gilan in the east. It is also naturalized or introduced in some parts of Canada, North Africa, and the United States. The foliage and berries are extremely toxic when ingested, containing tropane alkaloids. These toxins include atropine, scopolamine, and hyoscamine, which cause delirium and hallucinations and are also used as pharmaceutical anticholinergics. Tropane alkaloids are of common occurrence not only in the Old World tribes Hyoscyamine, to which the genus Atropa belongs, and Mandragora, but also in the New World tribe Datura, all of which belong to the subfamily Solanoideae of the plant family Solanaceae. Thanks for watching. Those were 10 scary plants you didn't know existed. Leave a like and comment if you think we missed anything, and we hope you have a scary day.